Hello students, welcome to the biology class. In our previous session we discussed male reproductive system. Today we are going to discuss female reproductive system. Female reproductive system consists of primary sex organ, a pair of ovaries. As we know that why they are being called as the primary sex organs, because they are performing two functions. Number one is release of ova, that is egg, and number two is release of ovarian hormones, that is estrogen and progesterone. These hormones helps in giving the secondary sexual characters in the female during the puberty. So that's why the ovary is being known as your primary sex organ. Next is secondary sex organs divided into two parts. The first is accessory ducts. Duct means the pathway through which the egg passes to the place of the fertilization, then to the implantation, that we will discuss in our further topics. And accessory duct number one is a pair of fallopian tube or oviduct. Number two is uterus, then cervix, and the last part is vagina. Along with that, we are having the accessory gland. We are having only one accessory gland in the female, that is the mammary glands, and the third is external genitalia, that is your vulva. So one by one we will going to discuss, but before that we will see the diagram of the female reproductive system, the various parts of the female reproductive system. First we are going to start with our primary sex organ, that is your ovary. So ovary, that is location either side of the lower abdomen, attached to the pelvic wall and the uterus by the ovarian ligament, and outer region is composed of follicles, that is the layers of the cells, and the middle is stroma, which contain connective tissue, blood vessel and mature follicles, and that is a part of your ovary, and they are being attached. So in the diagram you can see once again, that is your ovary, that is attached with the ligament, that is called as ovarian ligament, and then they are having a various, you can say, the parts, and in the center we are having the stroma, that is a peripheral cortex and inner medulla. So these are the parts of ovary. The detail of the ovary we will discuss when we discuss about the oogenesis. And now we are coming to the first accessory duct, that is your fallopian tube, which consists of three parts. That is your infundibulum, that is a funnel-like structure, and at the end of the funnel-like structure you are having a finger projections, that is your fimbriae. Then we are having the expanded portion, that is the ampulla, and the last narrow portion, that is the isthmus, and it is the site of fertilization. Where the fertilization takes place means the fusion between the ova and the sperm takes place. So it is the site of fertilization. So once again I am going to recap it. That is the opening expanded part of the fallopian tube, which is funnel shaped, is known as infundibulum, followed by the finger like projections, that is fimbriae, which helps in collecting the ova during the ovulation so that it can reach to the site of the fertilization. The next is your ampulla, that is infundibulum leads into the wider part known as ampulla, and isthmus, that is the last narrow part which joins with the uterus. Now next we will discuss the uterus. The uterus is your muscular, your hollow, pear-like structure, and as you can see in the diagram, it is divided into 3 layers. And the first layer, that is your outermost, is your perimetrium. Then the middle one is the myometrium, and the third and the innermost is your endometrium. Then it leads into the narrow passage, that is your cervix. Through the cervical canal, it leads into the vagina, that is known as your birth canal. Now let's have a various function of these particular, that is the layers, which is very important. So the first layer, that is being known as our, so the uterus, that is the hollow muscular pear-like shaped structure. The lower narrow part is known as the cervix, and cavity of the cervix is known as the cervical canal, followed by the birth canal with the vagina. Fine. So the functions of the layers, that is your first is perimetrium, that is your outer, that cover the wall, so it helps in the protection. Myometrium, that is the middle, made up of smooth muscles, and they contract during the delivery of the child. And the third is endometrium, that is inner layer, that undergoes the various changes during the menstrual cycle. So one by one you have to give the function of the uterus layer, that the outermost, that help in the protection, which layers helps in during the delivery, that is your myometrium, and which layer get degenerate during the menstrual, that is your endometrium. So these are the layers which are very important. And the next is your accessory gland, that is your mammary gland, and it consists of the following part, that is a glandular tissue and the fatty tissue, which is being attached to form the mammary lobes. So the 15 or 20 mammary lobes are there, which are being consist of the group of the cells that is called as the alveoli. Alveoli that opens into the small mammary duct or the mammary tubule, and tubules into the mammary ducts, and several mammary ducts, they join to form the mammary ampulla that is connected to the lactiferous duct before the nipple, through which the milk is released. So this is the pathway, that how the milk passes from the glandular tissues to the mammary lobes to the alveoli, tubule, duct, ampulla, and then to the lactiferous duct, and through the nipple, which is present in the, you can say, the mammary glands. That is the pathway for releasing the milk or ejecting out the milk. And the black color portion which is surrounding your nipple, that is called as the areola. So that is your mammary gland. The next is our external genitalia, that is your vulva, and it is consists of mons pubis, which is covered with the skin and the pubic hair, and mons pubis, inside this there is having a lip-like structures, folds of the skin or the fatty folds surrounding the vaginal opening, that is called as a labia majora. Inner to that we are again having a skin foldings which are known as labia minora, which encloses vestibule containing the openings of the vagina and urethra. And then we are having a finger-like structure, that is clitoris, and lies at the junction of the labia minora. So that is clitoris is a finger-like projection which is homologous to the penis, that is a copulatory organ of the female. And then there is one layer which surrounded this particular vaginal membrane or the covering, that is a hymen layer. It is considered to be the test for the virginity, but it breaks during the first intercourse. But nowadays they said it can be break out during the various sports like horse riding, cycling, swimming, and so on. So the presence or the absence of the hymen is not the liable indicator of that is your sexual experience. So you can see the diagram in which the various layers of the external genitalia, that is vulva, is there. That is a fatty with the pubic hair is the mons pubis. Then there is the labia majora, followed by the labia minora, which is covering the opening of your urethra, vestibules, and then we are having a finger-like projection copulatory organ, that is clitorisis, and this is the diagram of your external genitalia, that is your vulva. So today we have explained the various parts of the female reproductive system, that is the primary sex organs, the accessory ducts we have discussed, from the fallopian tube to the uterus, then the cervix, then your vagina with the cervical canal, and then the mammary gland and the external genitalia, that is the vulva. Please go through it and consult your NCERT. Have a look on the diagram. Try to practice your diagram one by one. So next session will be on the gametogenesis. Till then, stay home, stay healthy. Thank you.